This is the best of 7 final for the Aztec release tournament, sponsored by Jerbot over at aomstats.io. The first game I was joined by the one and only Boit, but it was 3 AM Aussie time after the first game, so he did step off. Game 2 onwards, I was back to my lonesome, but it's a pretty cool series, so check it out.
And we're back with the finals of the Gerbots, Jaguars, Joust. We've got 2 Jousty members remaining to get jousty with it in the right-hand corner of the map, playing as the god that I can't pronounce. It's Quetzalcoatl.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. It was brave to go in with the blue guy first.
I feel like I have to give it a go. I mean, I'm starting to hear it more and more.
Nah,
but yeah,
absolutely nailed it. And in the top left, in the red, is Garneth playing Zeus, the OG god.
Moose nailed it as well.
Zeus.
Yeah, nailed it. I think.
Absolutely first time. Well, at least in my English, anglicized pronunciation of everything. Nailed it.
Beautiful. Right.
So we have Giza. We've had Giza today already, and it was a 1 Rhino version. So now we've got the 2 Rhino version. So slightly better on the TCs. There's a couple in the corner that are just, I don't know. They're not screaming out to me. I don't know if they're screaming out to you. Some players really like these kind of town centers. I mean, maybe there's a bit of defensive tree action going on, but your gold mine is just so far away that it's just not looking good to me. But some people just like it anyway.
Yeah, this map screams to me 1 town center and 1 town center, and then once you're done with the 1 town center, it's time to do some more 1 town center because it's going to be gold mines will be everything. The gold mines are really they're really like spread apart, but yeah, no, they're not defensible. They're super out in the open. I don't expect to see any sort of town center shenanigans here.
Nah. And Garneth going for the Hermes. So actually we had a Zeus versus Aztec option earlier, and the player went for, I can't remember who it was, but went for the Minotaurs instead. But I think Centaurs definitely make sense versus what the Aztecs can do. They can just run away from the only hero that Mosca has, and you can, if you've got some good micro, you can get some big damage done. And Mosca not yet going up to the next stage, so he's going for his full Calpulli setup. So he's got his lumber outpost, he's got his craft workshop, and actually he's using the TC, so he's not going for the oh, he's also a little bit late on this one. Force dropped a little bit too early, but doesn't have the outpost for his food.
Yeah, the good thing here for Mosca is that he can eat hunt underneath his main town center. The bad thing for Mosca is that his gold mine is incredibly difficult to defend. Now, he could spend all the time he needs right now to get the walls up to protect his gold mine, but he's not. He's only putting 1 villager on it, so he's going to be in for a little bit of trouble.
It's also doing the old strat that we don't see very much anymore of wall chipping your towers.
I think it's mostly, I mean, of course, it is just a good idea if your opponent's going to be being aggressive, but against Zeus, because of the hoplites, it does make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I'd say in this specific matchup definitely makes sense. I mean, we used to see it all the time in the old game, but yeah, definitely makes sense. And the bunnies are going to spawn right next to Heracles.
Oh no! Oh, actually, it might not be a bad idea. Take a couple of whacks and then go and start healing up on the berries.
Yeah, nice bit of. But no, Heracles too fat. He's going to be able to take that bunny out.
He body blocked him with his own hero.
And then Heracles will be able to heal back up because he's already got the tech to do so. So Heracles not going to care about taking all those extra arrow shots. Centaur is trying to get some good damage on. I don't think he's going to do too much. Cause a bit of idle time. Come back in. Not that much HP lost. But there is no way to heal back up as the Aztecs, apart from actually this bloom, if you want to use that one, agave bloom. But that's using
And
the
Watchtower's
top
forced
power.
out. It seems to be part of Mosca's kind of plan because he doesn't really want to defend himself with any classical age units. He wants to get heroic age and get to his stronger units, I think.
Yeah, just warrior priests out the temple. Won't whack any other buildings down until he needs them. He's got hardly any villagers on the wood, so doesn't plan on building any buildings to have any dudes out. The towers,
I mean,
yeah.
That being said, I
well.
don't really see anything wrong with building some spearmen. Like, if your opponent's going to be going Hippias, you don't need to build a ton of them because they're going to die to mass centaur. But a handful of them, that could be good.
So the walls looks like it's in a pretty good spot that the centaur isn't in range to go after the settlers, but he is going to be losing a war hut at 50 HP, so he does lose a little bit of wood for that one. Not ideal. And that centaur, he's in with 9 damage or 9 HP, excuse me, just causing problems. And there's no tower on this side at all. The tower spawn at the back, so this is the place for Garneth's units to just sit and just constantly apply pressure. The lumber outpost you can garrison into, which Mosca does straight away.
I wonder how bad of an idea or how good of an idea it would be to drop the agave bloom on top of a craft workshop. Now you can get both the food in quicker, but also defend the gold mine, but also get the extra gold from dropping into the craft workshop.
Yeah, I think doing it for the extra healing as well. I think it's a small amount of gold, but I mean it's probably not insignificant. I do like it for just healing up everything. But most of these villagers are half HP. Get all those back up to full HP means that the heroes can't pressure as much, or at least the centaur specials come in. So no, definitely agree with it for that. I think you get, what is it, like 10% in gold? So with each drop off you get like 1 gold or something.
Yeah, 1 gold per drop off.
Yeah,
it's not nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, considering dropping off into the food one is like, if I have 15 food that I drop off, I'm getting what, like 3?
Oh yeah, so just a little bit more. So yeah, it's not bad, is it?
And gold gathers slower than food normally, so it's right. Not bad. Not bad.
Might be selling me on it.
Might be a little bit of tech,
Yeah. Gold.
Don't mind
gold is. Oh, I thought he was finished up on the gold.
Yeah, I'm very confused. Do not understand.
I don't know. That was really strange. I thought he would have had enough to go up to the next stage while he was dropping off, but maybe wanted more. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Villagers back on the gold, and there's the spearman and the warrior priest able to defend what Garneth has got going on. Garneth on this side, he is got his 1 town center. He's got double archery range down and a stable. Looks like he's still spamming units out for the time being, or at least not spamming, but getting a few more out. He's got his centaurs, his Toxotes coming in, and then he's got a bit of food and gold in the bank, so potentially heroic age off the back of this bit of pressure might be what he's going for. He's got his villagers right in the middle of the map. And the spearman with that nice snipe.
Gauge makes some sense, but surely you can just stay classical age here and just pump centaur.
Yeah, so I think the centaurs are just strong. Like there's nothing you really want in the heroic age apart from just maybe just one of the god powers. I mean, well, Zeus wise, I guess you would go for some kind of bronze, but yeah, I think he's got everything he wants at this point to deal with some solid pressure. What you want to do is make Mosca's life uncomfortable for him trying to get to the heroic age. Looks like he is going to be getting some damage off on that priest, but Mosca with the strong quick micro.
And he keeps himself going just a little bit longer.
So this warrior priest is bloodletting, so he's getting 0.05 favor income, and he sacrifices his HP to do that, but it doesn't drop below 40%, so this guy won't lose any more HP, doesn't kill himself off, but gains a small amount of favor income, which will be nice for Mosca, who has got only 12 favor at the moment. And he is getting up to the next stage through the Star Demon Lady.
He doesn't even try. Koyol Joki.
I think let's have a look. Koyol Shoki. I think
Shuki.
Royal Shoki. That one I need to look up.
Garneth, he is making life very, very tough for Mosca here. And Mosca is doing everything he possibly can to just get himself, like, to his power point so he can actually start dealing with this stuff. Those Toxotes are going to die pretty quickly to any sort of Eagle Warriors. The Hippias as well are going to have some issues dealing with its middles. The Heracles still alive. That's going to get taken out by a good, healthy amount of Eagle Warriors as well. But Garneth's gold mine is just so poorly defended that he's just going to be struggling.
Garvey Bloom drops straight away in Heroic Age. Does get a little bit more food. Actually, quite a lot more food, isn't it? Bolt coming through on the first Tits middle, and then you can get the big Starfall if he wants to take that fight. It does spawn 3 extra myth units, and he comes in with the Ceasefire. It still does damage though, doesn't it? Yeah. It's just the units.
Yeah, it's a very strong god power, this one. I'm not gonna lie. In terms of Heroic Age god powers that are very strong, this is one of them.
He did Ceasefire the Tashipla though, and that one will pretty much go down. He's got 50% of his life left, and he'll only probably get one burst attack off, but maybe not even that. There are some spearmen coming up this top side from Mosca though. He wants to go for a bit of a raid. These are fast units. He's also chasing with his tailwind.
And the tailwind comes in. That's going to be enough there to take down all those centaurs. Those warrior priests move at 7.2 speed.
That's a big counter attack here. I think Garneth, he had the resources to get Heroic Age quite a while ago, but he was waiting on it for some reason. Now he's going through after he's lost all his dudes. Mosca's looking in a mighty fine spot. His spearmen are still raiding this top side. I think they haven't got many villager kills, if any. They're just kind of damaging everything, but causing that idle time, forcing them back in the town centre. No wood collected while this is going on.
Oh yeah, now you can kind of just sit underneath the town centre. As long as there's no Heracles there to kill off the Titsamiddles do not really care about town centre fire. You can kind of think about them like an Age of Empires 4 knight or something, just sitting underneath that town centre and just going, lol, who cares about arrows?
Yeah, 50% pierce armor, so 500 HP. These are some tanky guys, and Garneth does hit Heroic Age, but I mean, he's lost all his guys. 6 middles as well coming over in this top side, trying to raid some more, but the villagers didn't make it back over there. They're just sat underneath the main base. Villagers coming back over. Nope. Did smartly go back. Temple going to be going down as well. Tashipla on his way down, but Mosca, is he going Mythic Age off the back of this? I think he might be. Oh no, he's building some units.
Maybe he could be looking to just get himself out Sean ones from that great temple. But Mythic Age, considering how far in front he is, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I think by the time he finishes this great temple, he should be pretty close. Just depends what he wants to go for. Looks like he's getting some Eagle Warriors out. And what is this? Oh, just moving his craft workshop over to this cow pulley instead. And yeah, he's in a dominant spot. Like Garneth, he's been sneaking these rhinos this whole time. So can move down to some more rhinos if he wants to sneak it. And the map is kind of wide open, so can sneak out the way if he wants to.
Yeah, there's plenty of food on the map. Like you can go anywhere. Zebra.
So, hiding in his back corner. He's got himself a gold mine.
Just depends on how risky you want to play it. And he does decide the zebra. So why not? Right in front of your opponent's base, just grab that. It's all good.
At this point, yeah, just risk it. And it is going to be Mythic Age.
Shalotl. I like this. We saw this one. We've seen a lot of people screwing this up.
Yeah, we'll see if... what was that? Was that a villager going down? That sounded horrendous. I think that was a...
It might have been a sacrifice.
I think it was a sacrifice, yeah.
Yeah. That's the me reenacting an Aztecian
Absolutely
villager
brutal.
sacrificing.
So yeah, he could go for those soul guides if he wants to, or go for some of these big power spike options with incarnates or the bunch of six myth units you get, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy power spike. And these Ocelot warriors are going to be having a look around as well, trying to get these raids off just in case Garneth is out. Looks like he's noticed that that's where he was a minute ago.
Yeah, he should have an idea that there's some shenanigans afoot, but the chances of him actually moving over and checking this zebra, they're pretty low.
Yeah, I say,
and he also has,
this one,
yeah, he's got Mythic Age coming in, so he's also not going to be like actively searching for places to attack. When you're going up to the next age, you generally just want to wait for it. I will say, I'm going to be very upset if Mosca doesn't build a war hut and then spam out another, I don't know, another 13 spearmen so that he could do the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Mythic Age.
Yeah, so get your cheap units in. Spawn your 6 myth units with your free soul guide as well. He's getting his temple upgrades are cheaper, so might be going for another kind of play too. But yeah, just get yourself a crazy strong army at this point. Hit that one.
I think a lot of players are still getting used to this sacrifice mechanic. I think it is just... Oh, bronze and the corrupted ground comes in. I don't think you want to be fighting this if you're Garneth. As soon as these units start dying and those other dudes start spawning, life gets very sad. Very fast.
And the Tashikla in the back. I mean, this guy's been alive for 10 seconds. He's already done 1,200 damage. 7 kills to his name. Yeah, how many? 18 of these little guys spawning in. They're kind of like militia. You know, they're actually not bad at all. And Mosca does take that one off the back of a pretty nice rubber cage into death.
Into death, indeed. That is what happened there. Death did occur. It'll be Moscaraing away as he slaps the animals underneath the town center. On the other side, Garneth does decide that a dock is the way for him to open, as he is also going to be doing some cheeky herdaroonerying to get himself going here for game number 2.
He gets the Aztecs, so he's going to be going with his Tezcat Lapoka. And we saw him try this strat, or try a strat earlier on Mirage. And I think it was so close to being like an insane strategy for just a massive power spike. But I think there was a couple of bits that he probably could change. So if he adapts, overcomes, I think we could be in for some spice in this one up against Mosca's Hades. But of course, Mosca playing the Hades, normally a good bet on these kind of hybrid maps with the docks on them, where you get a certain amount of fish. This one you get 9 fish. Is Mirage always a 9 fish? I believe it is, isn't it?
On Legacy, I believe it was 9 or 6 to 9, but on Retold, they made it just 9.
Yeah.
Partly because water maps people don't like them already, because you have to learn a different build, and then you go ahead and say, "Oh, now you have to adapt your build for 6 fish, 7 fish, 8 fish, and 9 fish." So they said, "We'll just make it all 9."
Yeah, it does sound like a good change, because Legacy already needed 4 opening build orders for a land map, so makes sense to
yeah, and that's it. And it was just 4 opening build orders. If you just wanted the bare minimum.
Oh yeah. So not for any min-maxing or anything, just for if you have this amount of hunt, if you have this amount of hunt, if you have no hunt, if you find your hunt within the first minute. Those I remember making those videos. What do you do?
I'll bring it back, I say.
Oh god.
Let's bring that back. I already basically have that many build orders in Retold with just having the same amount of hunt going on, so we're all good. Let's get some more in there.
thing is, it's fine if you're like a build order connoisseur, because then you kind of can just almost have a massive advantage, especially on something that used to be like Oasis or something where you get that crazy.
Yeah, two zebra with no hunt in line of sight. So you get one, you find the 2 zebra out of line of sight, and then you have to go find your giraffe, and there were 2 giraffe there as well. And you're like, well, crap.
But now, if you have build orders that, I don't know, super special build orders, you're only getting a small advantage now, and I think that's better.
Yeah. Wait. Sentinels were stolen. Okay. Yeah.
Got a Sentinels.
There could be some interesting stuff here with like a forward something, like the warrior priest building a forward great temple, and then obviously dropping the Sentinels on it as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true. Oh, looks like you almost sacrificed a villager there and went, actually, no. Don't want to be doing that one.
Not yet. The secret to the Aztec sacrifice is only sacrifice when you're going to spend the favor. Otherwise, don't sacrifice.
Yeah, definitely.
Secret.
You want to be getting as much out of your villagers as possible, and then, yeah, the favor comes in, at least the initial favor comes in so quick with that, 15 favor that you initially get, or 17 if it's with Tezcatlipoca here in the classical age. So if you can get that in, get your tech, get your myth unit, whatever, and you're laughing. That's going to be a Hui angle.
Hui. Coyotl. I don't know.
I think that sounded right. One of them. I can't tell you which one. Hui Coyotl, I think.
I like that. That's good. Let's lock it in.
And the wall's coming up as well, just in case there's going to be some pesky Minotaurs coming through for Mosca. And Mosca is going for a second town center because he has a ridiculously good gold mine on the back and a pretty close gold mine next to his town center. So he thinks, why not?
Yeah, this is what they call in the business the second town center you want. 3 rhino, back gold mine. He should put a wall up before he walks back here. Just one wall up on that top little position there. And that will just make his life so nice.
Garner spots the town center instantly. So he's going to know what he's up against. Whether or not he wants to go for something like that. He's got 17 villagers on the gold. So...
a lot of villagers on the gold.
Yeah.
So I want to see my tower strat. Like, Roy, get 2 towers, 4 towers, 10 towers.
What, warrior priests build the towers?
No, the turrets, the myth unit towers.
Oh yeah. No, I think it's
into mass armadillos.
Yeah, no, I like it. Temple was going to get attacked, but as soon as Achilles comes out, even Watchtower's pretty cute for Moscow. He doesn't want to be messing around with any amount of warrior priests doing their stuff, so he's going to have 2 ways to deal with that, and the warrior priests are going to be getting out of there. What is this mass amount of gold? Is he building? Is he going 3 TCs? Is that what Garneth is doing? No, he just wants to build out more warrior priests. I thought that was it.
Yeah, more warrior priests is always more warrior priests.
Yeah, and the Minotaur... I don't know how these top guys do it. How do they sneak the Minotaur through everything without being spotted? Oh no, the warrior priest sees him. I was like, whenever I try and do this, I get it spotted instantly. Somehow Mosca does it. And
let me explain. So at the top level, everyone is really bad, and at your level, everyone's really good. That's what's going on there.
That's it. To be fair, I think I've lost the majority of my Aztec games, so I'm a bit lower level than I was a minute ago. But it's all good.
I like the town center grab though from Garneth.
Oh yeah.
Last time he didn't do this, and he did get himself into a really good position in terms of tech, but he was so far behind on economy that he just couldn't compete. So maybe he's going to be able to make it work here.
Yeah. Fully agree. I also I also like that because Garneth plays other RTS games. You'll just occasionally see a third villager or a fourth villager set up in his town centers because he's obviously that muscle memory of hitting your town center, hitting Q.
Right.
Oh,
You'd be surprised
that
how
lion.
crap you are at RTS games when we take away your order queue.
No, the villager's going to go down to the lion. That is not what you want. Garneth. One villager down.
Ouch.
Yeah, I think he was paying attention to his warrior priests attacking the Zeus heroes, the Hades heroes. Completely different. Hades heroes. He's getting a nice wall up. And yeah, I like that Garneth is going to be in a much stronger position than he was last time. He's also getting Heroic Age in. He's going first. He is going through Koyol Shoki, potentially.
Potentially, no, he's going through it. I mean,
No,
he's
I
potentially
mean,
the
whether or not that's the way to say it. He's definitely going through this lady.
You know,
with
at
the
some
star
point,
demons.
you just have to be like, you know what? It's just this.
That's how I
And
say
even
it.
if I say Heliopolis and AWOL Iron Maiden is going to get mad at me in the chat about it, I say, no, it's this. And it's this because I am too old and too stuck in my own ways to change it.
Who let those Heliopolis out of storage?
That's
the
right.
line.
It's what they
That's
say.
the line.
It's I've
ingrained
played the
in me.
campaign. I know what it is, and I know it's right. And no matter what they do to change it, it's always going to be that.
Fully agree. If the original devs got it wrong of who or the voice actors or whoever it was,
No,
then I can
they didn't get it wrong,
too.
They got it right. They got
Yeah,
it right.
we got it, yeah.
That's
We're
that's
right.
right. I mean, if it sounds right, it is right, and it sounds right, so it is right.
Good. Oh, looks like we've got some dock aggression from Garneth coming in on this top side. The issue is that there's going to be a free Scylla that spawns, and that will be able to deal with these little hammer canoes. What is he
But if he
getting?
gets out 3 of them or 4 of them, he'll be able to kill off the Deuterino and then do all the other good stuff. But Mosca here has an inkling that he is. Oh, he spotted the Guile Bully. That's why he has an inkling. He's already getting Argonauts out. He's like, he didn't even spot the dog, and now he's got himself the Argo. This guy is living rent-free inside Garnet's brain right
Yeah,
now.
God, he knows he's ready. Can't surprise Mosca with anything. Mosca's getting his fortress up. There is double trap for Garneth, so he can spot this forward gold position, but Mosca's got 2 other gold mines, and he's already going Hephaestus.
Quick. It is quick.
Great temple coming up for Garneth with his warrior priest, which we like to see. But what's he doing off the back of it? He's getting an axolotl out. Has he not seen? He's not seen the Argo.
No, he hasn't. But this will turn into a mutant axolotl that he can pop off into the shore.
True. Oh, he also one-shots fishing ships with his special. And he was up the boats too. So actually, not bad. Looks like the Scylla will go down pretty quickly. The Argo, is he targeting down the right unit? Yes, I think he is. But Axolotl, too good. Maybe.
Strong boy.
Oh.
We are seeing that Tepiodal's reach again, as I think Garneth goes, Jaguar seems strong. Let's go for that unit. Meanwhile, the Atlatl siege canoes are in. That'll be a little bit of damage to actually deal with, but no real response from Mosca just yet.
No, I think he's not overreacted. I think he's done well. He's got his Argo out, and that is one tanky ship. So should be able to deal with the majority. Axolotl runs away. And yeah, we are getting the devoting settlers gets you even more favor. And the jump upgrades, yeah. More jumpers, double great temple again. But this time, I guess he goes for a heroic age push rather than the mythic age. Gets the
Oh, did he cancel the mythic age? He just says, no, I don't want to go there.
But then he's got the jump check though. So there's no other
Jaguar.
jumpers in the.
I mean, not Jaguars,
the temple.
Ocelotls. You could also go for Sean 1 Ocelotl.
Oh no, he's good. Yeah, he is going up to the Mythic Age. And gone. His dock will go down to the crab. Free crab spawn. That'll be enough to take out the dock. And of course, Mosca is going to be going for the tried and true technique of grabbing all of your super cheap copper weapons armory upgrades into all of them and have a pretty menacing army in a short amount of time. I mean,
unfortunately, losing that, it's the middle there. As you go into the Mythic Age, and the Obsidian Shard pops up. Could have been a Soul Guide if he lost it a little bit.
Yeah. You've got to think about losing Myth units as Tezcatlipoca getting those free ones in. And he's about a minute away from his Mythic Age.
The other thing, Garnet is just missing it. I think he just doesn't really even know that it exists, but just get 15 Spearmen, put them in the temple.
Yeah.
And get yourself an army of Myth units. But Mosca is literally already going to be full iron.
Yeah, it's going to be scary. I mean, Tezcatlipoca, he has stolen the Sentinel, so he can drop that down on the town center or one of these great temples, or even just the home TC if that's what he wants to go for. So he does have another defensive choice. But yeah, Mosca is even getting his Aegis shield and everything in now. He's full iron. What's this one that he's got? Infantry do bonus damage versus other infantry. So that's a new relic. Hummingbird's beak. That's cool. Oh, the Colossus as well.
Totally.
Already on the TC.
Oh yeah, he might even deny this.
Oh, it's going in the other one.
If he denies it. Oh, he's on the other one.
Yeah, it's in the other one. It would have been very close either if it was in this one. But yeah, it does. It would have been 1 second away. It does have all the god powers getting dropped down. Restoration as well. But a lot of these little dudes are going to spawn.
I don't know if any really are spawning.
Going down.
Yeah. That restoration just counted 3 god powers.
Yeah, you need things to die to get these little guys out. So if the restoration comes in, that's brutal. Yeah, not... How many little guys was it in the last one? It was like 19 of them. This time we get 3. There's such a big shift of how that god power is used can make a massive difference. And now, yeah, the Jaguar riders are going to be on the way. The soul guides are on the way. Town center back up. Just how much damage can these units do? The Axolotl mutant is in. Double, both of them. Coming in. Oh, there is Perseus, though. He shuts down one of them pretty quick. In they come, champion.
Very strong.
The Axolotls, yeah, because they have that shield which heals the units around you, but I guess against Mythic Age Greek, they're going to be shut down pretty hard. Are there any double towers that are collecting the favor up?
Yeah, so if you pick off any units close to a tower or I think a great temple, you still get the Tenali gains. If you lose the warrior priests out in the middle of the map, then you don't get the Tenali gains.
Mosca's trying to go for a forward fortress. Those hoplites should go down. Oh, if that little myth unit dies, it is going to spawn an obsidian shard, and it is going to be a soul guide that comes out from that one. Mosca wants to snipe that one down, but he's not able to. So, kind of seeing your strat, the little guys that come through and spawn a big myth unit.
Why not? Just don't go big, go little.
Yeah. The fortress, 10 seconds left on that. Soul Guides have any crush damage? No, they don't, but they have loads of hack. Could be doing some good damage over here. And then the Heltas, the Jaguar Rider should have a field day with those. Is there enough of them is the question. We've got a Tashiplo in the back line. This one's the jumpy boy.
But, I mean, Mosca now, he's going to be going up to... He's got 4 town centers. He's got double fortresses on the front. Garneth is just unfortunately in a world of... He's going to be in a world of pain here momentarily.
And yeah, he's got his siege weapon to deal with the fortress, but I think everything else is going down. He's got his 2 soul guides, but in comes Chiron, in comes Ajax. Yeah, the 4th town center is stolen. Garneth's town center on the front. If he wants to, can drop a sentinels. No, that's the other way around. Alright, Mosca hasn't used a curse either.
Yeah, he's still got his god powers, and he can obviously reuse them as well sooner or later. And there, Garneth does tap out. Mosca too strong here with that 2 TC plate. Not really a plan from Garneth to really do anything here apart from just get to those Jaguar riders. But when you're playing against Hoplite, Peltast already, it's not a great decision.
Yeah, no, it's tough. I mean,
But
yeah, trying to match I mean, we know Hades 2 TC on a map with extra fish. I mean, with a back gold mine, we know what he's up to. So yeah, need to have some answer to putting a stop to that. And it is a tough one, but I like the soul guide play. Okay, we have game number 3. I did put on the nice transition, so thanks to Uros for that one. And we've got Garneth in this top side playing as the Kronos, and he is going to be going in on the map step. And on the bottom side, we have Mosca up 2-0. He's showing that he is a bit of a presence in the AOM scene as ridiculously strong player. Garneth will be having to deal with the Amaterasu from Mosca. Now, Garneth, I haven't seen him play for a while, apart from Aztec games, apart from today. So I don't know if he's a Kronos Rush kind of guy, but Kronos Rushes against Amaterasu doesn't make the most sense because Amaterasu can get the early advance time with you can drop a solar shield down on a villager if you really need to, but you can be getting those early weasels in. The weasels can be very good answer to stopping those Prometheans that might come in, or the automatons, whatever ones you decide to go for. But Garneth, he does look like he is posturing in to have a look at this. So Garneth bringing his oracles forward. He's going to be having a look. His temple is up very, very quickly, and I don't see a mana. No, there's no mana. Normally, if you want to know if your opponent's going for a Kronos Rush or any rush with any of the Atlanteans, then they don't drop a mana because you need gold to build a mana, which is their version of a house. So we've got Temple coming forward, and the Kitsune isn't going to spot that because it's on this side. But does Mosca spot that? No. It's just a UI or spectator thing here. Can't actually see it. So we've got a Temple coming down from Mosca, but as I said, Mosca will be able to advance after this next villager, I believe, if he force drops, or maybe he will be going for the next one. He's not auto-queued those out, so it'll be a force drop, and it'll be a Minakata Tomi about, what is that, about 20 seconds behind the Prometheus. He'll be in a fine spot. He also has only the one Miko, so only one Miko out, but she can be used to heal up in any situation, really. So I think she'll be a key player in this one. The oracles for Garneth are going to be having a look through. He hasn't really seen too much of the base, and we have Kagura as well. Kagura does spawn us a free Miko as the Mosca player, so he'll be happy with that one. He's also scouting the top base of Garneth. It's going to be really annoying. The temple is deconstructed just before the next stage, so there is going to be no free weasel popping out. Well, it's not the weasel, actually. It's going to be the wheel instead. And in comes the Prometheans. The Mikos do have full attack in the Archaic Age. They're one of the only units that does, or at least heroes that does. So the Mikos can start slapping if they really need to, but their heals are just insane. Yeah, just start getting some Mikos out if you're Mosca. You're going to use them as the favor gatherers later on, so why not? I imagine there will be a temple going up at some point, or you could just skip it and go into something else and just say, okay, I don't have my wheel. I'm going to go into a guardhouse. Nice reaction from Mosca. He's also going to turn around and shank these guys as the Prometheans get some damage done. The question is, what is the option on the back of this for Garneth? And it looks like he is just committing to this rush. So what you can do is time shift your temple forward and then go for a second town center off the back of it and just basically cause this idle time on the gold mine, cause this pressure. But that is not what Garneth is going for. He's sending his counter barracks forward. He's going to be getting some forward termers. More than likely going to be dropping a Valor on one of those termers or even going for a Cryoballister. We can see how strong the Miko healing is though. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at those. Look at those commoners. Just not taking any damage. The watchtower might go down, but I don't think Mosca's really going to be too worried about that one. What kind of units is he building off the back of this? He's got plenty of resources in the bank. What he could do is get out a Bushy. Bushies are going to be good against these, but the issue is that the Termers will melt them. So maybe even some Onimushas coming out. He doesn't have the building for it just yet. And some nice Miko healing. I mentioned this kind of earlier on during the day, but some of these against Chronos rushes, Mosca has such a big reputation of being able to defend them, even when they're at their prime before it was nerfed. His healing micro is always on it, and out comes the Bushy. Miko going to heal that guy up, also going to heal up the Naginata Rider, and it doesn't matter if you hardly have any units, if you can just heal them up and they never die. Like, it is absolutely insane. Can he manage to pick off a villager being Garneth? No, he can't. Miko's in the way to body block as well as heal up the boys. Yari Spearman's a decent option, actually. That one wasn't considered by me, but I think Yari Spearman are also a good shout. They do have that bonus versus horses, and Termers are considered a horse. So, gotta be on that one. And the commoners, he's going to lose 2 commoners here. So, Garneth is eventually getting some damage done. While all the units are back here, we did say the solar shields are there if he needs them. And Garneth is just going to back away as the shield just keeps regenerating itself until the 1 second there is up. And now I think Mosca probably has enough units here to be able to push out, especially with his Miko healing. If he can snipe down a Cryoballister, that would be pretty big because there's no Valor to actually heal that one up. And that is going to go down, and that is a huge loss for Garneth's push. They are expensive units that you really don't want to throw away. And the Miko even getting in for some slapping. Even forces out the Valor on a unit you probably don't want to use it on. Going to be the Catapulties. You get some upgrades, you can make them a bit faster, but actually that's not this god, and he's not going to be getting that extra speed. But Mosca has lost a few units here. He's got some Yari Spearmen around the corner. The rush is still on. The damage from Garneth still coming in. I still wish there was a healing stat here. Would be insane. The Bushido, sorry that I've got this covered up. The Bushido is about 3/4 of the way. So 3/4 of the way to a medium. We are 500 XP. The thing is, Mosca hasn't been building anything from the dojo, so he doesn't get that kind of passive income. He has now got a samurai out. The reason he hasn't got one before then is because they are really expensive and so slow to build that you just want those quick units first of all. The spearmen, the Naginata riders. Oh, and getting a little bit caught out. And actually, the hero Catapulties aren't doing too bad. There's no real counter to them, because the only thing will be the Yumi Archers, but I mean, the Termers can just sit on those Yumi Archers. Kind of hard to out-micro the Termers. Normally, we were mentioning it during the casts earlier, but Yumi Archers, because they have such high range, you can really kind of kite some of the lower ranged archers. But when it comes to Termers, they're so quick that they can get in, do some damage, dart away. And yeah, the healing does go absolutely crazy. Fully agree. And the Termers trying to get in. And Mosca, he has survived this. He is behind on the villager numbers because he did lose a couple. But Chronos will naturally be slightly further ahead just from how the eco works. So it isn't a 6 villager differential. It is a 2. There was 2 that went down earlier. And Mosca, with his Naginata riders, is looking for something. I bet he's not seen too much of what Garneth is up to. He's been stuck in his base for a hot minute. So the Naginata riders trying to look for something. Maybe just get some damage done on this hunt. And it is finished up, but there's some citizens here. If there's a Valor available for Garneth, he will not lose any citizens if he's paying attention, and he is paying attention. He will use the Valor up on that one, and the Naginata Riders will have to run away. Even drops a Solar Shield, so Garneth will be very happy with that. Valor is a god power you really don't mind spamming. It starts off costing nothing, and it's +1 favor each time, so he really doesn't mind, whereas these Solar Shields cost, I think it's +5 each time. So, a lot better value for Garneth on that one. Didn't lose any Naginata Riders, though. And a shrine coming up on this side with the Miko, so it's the Gold Wood Affair. And what is the next stage of this one? Looks like Mosca's pre-queuing some techs. He's got his Saltwater Spring, which is his Huntables. He will be able to get extra bonus hunt income. And the ranged soldier is going to cost less, whereas for Garneth, what is he going into here? He's got an armory being dropped down, but he's nowhere near the next stage as he's spamming out some units. And there's some catapulties in, getting more Kyroballister. So potentially going for some kind of push. And the Promethean Offspring over here, Onimusha is going to say no to that one. The Offspring are very, very quick. But if the Onimusha gets on with her special, she just one-taps one of these little dudes. I think if you're Mosca here and you want to go after some raids against the Chronos player that's gone through Valor, through Prometheus, go after the heroes, because there's no way to heal up those heroes. And you can't, get caught out by thinking you've killed a citizen, they Valor up, and you're like, oh, well, I don't anymore. Mosca's deciding that he's probably got enough units to actually take the fight here. Got a little bit of food in the bank, so could have some more units out. I think he's saving up. No, Saltwater Spring is actually gold, and he's getting the Hunter's Strength, or at least pre-queuing it, which is going in. So he's really going into those archers, probably seeing the amount of catapulties that are in. A great counter to those will be the Yuumi archers, because they have such little pierce armor. And Kyroballister, mass Kyroballister coming out. Hardly any Termers for Garneth, which makes the Archer Ball even better, especially with these Minakatatomi upgrades. But the Kyroballister's in too much of a defensive position there, which the forces couldn't actually manage to surround. I think Garneth has a great position. He can just run back through it again. Going to be using the Solar Shield to try and tank up some of that Kyroballister fire. Yuumi archers on the back line, getting caught out by the Termers. I think it's because the Naginata Riders going after the Kyroballistas instead. Whereas if they went after the Termers, maybe the archers could do more damage, but taking out Kyroballistas is also a good option. And I think Mosca is winning this fight. Pushing through. Still a great spot for those Kyros. I love the building placement, but maybe just didn't back up enough even. And Mosca comes out ahead on that fight. Mosca, he knows which fights to take. What have we got here? Manners cost less. Economic yields cost less. Not exciting. Oh, and Garneth has actually left some villagers right out in the middle of the map. Made sense while the fight was going on, but as soon as you lose that fight, just bring the lads back home. Oh, what a great sound. The donkey's going down as someone that does not like the Atlantean civilization. Mosca in a commanding spot in this position. Garneth is going Heroic Age, though, so he does have an option. He will have a Chaos to be dropped down. Chaos used on counter units is always nice, so using them on a group of Samurai with their special up, also, they will just carve each other up. Ooh. Nice play from Garneth. Moves away his Oracle. I think Mosca just didn't quite spot that one, or maybe wasn't quite in his line of sight, but you don't want to be losing those. And a cheeky little raid. This is exactly what Garneth needs, because eco-wise, he's in a fine spot. He's slightly behind. So if he can find some little raids, it will allow him to get more units out. And the Samurais aren't really cutting it here. He's just shift-clicked onto each one of those. Make sure that each one goes down before going after a different unit. Yeah, villagers turning around and shanking definitely makes sense. But Mosca kind of out in the open here. Oh, it does have it's goats back there. I thought maybe there was hunt behind his base. Just goats. And Heroic Cage in for Garneth. And a nice little comeback on the villagers. But an Oracle has been found by one Yuumi Archer. And that guy's going to go down. I think this is such a good map for oracles because you can have 3 free ones. You can put one here, and be absolutely fine. But anyway, Chaos used on the back line, just on the Yumi archers, maybe a couple of Naginata riders too, but not on any of those samurais. And does Garneth have enough to defend? He doesn't have watchtowers, but does have this defensive position with double Satyrs. Kronos, of course, spawns double myth units. So his Heroic Age push, or Heroic Age timing even, is just generally a little bit better. Free heavy, love it, says Satfat. Yeah, that's one thing that the Japanese do get, is they get free upgrades. I think a great nerf to Japan, I don't know whether it is busted or not, but I think a great nerf would be that your Bushido doesn't start for the heavy upgrade until you're in the Heroic Age. Like, you just physically can't get it. Like, it doesn't even start to build up. I think that would be a great nerf. Or just keep the Bushido as it is, because you also get the gold trickle, and just take away the medium, heavy, and champion. But we can see that at the top level, it isn't like the top level guys even prioritize the Japanese. It isn't like we're seeing Japanese mirrors in these games. They're not even all picked, so they're probably just okay. This is a best of 7, Neymar. Yes. So no matter what, we get another game. And Garneth, he is looking in a tight spot here. Mosca's done a great job of sniping down those oracles, because this is the thing when you're playing as Kronos. Getting a big amount of these Satyrs out can put a stop to quite a lot of this push. These samurais just coming forward, using your special on the samurai. Can be rough. Double walls coming up on this side, and I think if Mosca spots that, and Mosca has spotted it, I say that could spell disaster for Garneth's gold mining operation. But he's got to go for something like that. Garneth does have some units out here. Does he have any god powers in the bank? No, he doesn't. Has a Valor. Not what we're after. Yeah, the unupgraded catapulties as well. The heavy samurais are going to have a field day with those. And Mosca's heavy army just too strong here. I think Garneth is going to say that's enough, and say he managed to defend the rush earlier. That was a really nice defense from Mosca, really using the Miko healing and getting maximum value out of just a couple of units, and then into that could just manage to snowball it a little bit later, winning some fights. I think Garneth did have a chance of a comeback. He had some good raids, but this fight up here, Mosca just played that one a bit too well. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so we are going to have Mosca in the right side. He's going to be playing as the Isis, and he's 3-0 up in this best of 7 for Jerbot's Jaguar Joust, the first tournament with the Aztecs in, which is really cool, really fun to see. So appreciate that to Jerbot. And then this side, we are going to be seeing an Aztec god. It's going to be Garneth on Huitzilopochtli, and this is the god which has the Blood Pact god power, which does some serious damage, sacking off your unit. So often we see some rushes from Huitzilopochtli, so potentially that's what's going to happen from Garneth. He is sharing his Cowpully. Cowpully is the building where you can drop off resources from all resources. So food, wood, gold, all goes in this Cowpully. So he's being able to share that one. He's also got one on the gold mine. And be interesting what kind of strategy he decides to go for in this one against Isis, which is considered one of the strongest, if not strongest, god in the game at the very top level. I think Isis, for kind of low to mid-level players, might not be considered that strong because she's very hard to play. But at this top level, obviously they don't mind about gods being hard to play, so they'll be able to do that one. And the map is going to be Cloud Forest. I don't believe we've seen a game in the finals or semi-finals on Cloud Forest. So it's another one like Megalopolis, I believe was the map, that's been taken out of the ranked pool, which had an extra town center in. So there is a odd amount of town centers. So if you get some map pressure, gain some advantage, you can get extra population over your opponent, which is pretty wild. And we'll see what these guys are going to be going for. I imagine Garneth going to be dropping a temple very soon. Let's have a look at some relics. This one improves line of sight of all units. Always a nice one. Removes the favor cost of buildings. This is of fortress buildings. This is going to be nice for the Aztec player because spending resources, spending favor on that building is rough. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a villager to actually build a fortress. So definitely that one will work well for you. Myth units use their special attacks more often. And myth units regen. So 2 myth unit relics for both these guys, whoever wants to go for them. And it's going to be an Anubis through for Mosca. Is he going for a second town center? It looks like that is potentially what he's going for if he drops the prosperity. Or even if you don't have to do that. You can still afford a second town center with around 9 to 10 villages on the gold mine. And that is what he's doing. So probably going after that one. These town centers are kind of half protected by the terrain here, but nothing is really on it. It does have a gold mine behind that you could drop a wall and do some kind of defense onto. You can also steal the middle one. Probably not advised, but you could definitely go for that one. And Garneth going for a bit of a later advance time. Probably wants to stick on 1 TC, which is why he's going for that one. Normally that's what we see when players want to go kind of hard in the classical age or just go straight to heroic age and skip the classical age. You can go for a late classical. And as Boyd called this one, it's his mate Paddy, or Patacatl is, I believe, how you say this guy. And this is the one we've seen with the bunnies, the little bunny rabbits, do some good damage. And is there going to be a town center for Mosca? Yes, there is. Got 6 laborers and their pharaoh. Going to be dropping that one down, and I imagine the Anubite's going to get forward, do some damage. There is a warrior priest here that will be in the next stage in around 20 seconds time, so we'll be able to deal with that one and get his full attack up in that classical age. And unfortunately, the spy is going to be going down for Garneth. Not ideal, but he's not in the next stage, so the Anubites can kind of run rampant. They do kind of 14 damage per hit here. Are they faster than the Anubite? No, the Anubite is slightly faster and should be able to get away, especially with the jump. And actually jumped kind of the wrong way, but this is all distraction from Mosca. He's doing this so that Garneth can't run over here with his warrior priests and just kind of deal some damage against the villagers. The warrior priest wouldn't really win that fight, but still, you don't want to even just find some idle time or have to react to it in any way. Just drop the town center. All is good. And the Anubite is going to be looking for some raids, potentially, while the warrior priests on this side are looking for some raids. Plus the bunnies. You can't forget the bunnies. So what can he see? Mosca has already dropped a wall on this backside. Garneth has been notified, or at least on his map, can see that there is an Anubite. So has the warrior priest ready to defend this one. Looks like he's not reacted yet, but yes, he has now. And the Anubite shouldn't get too many kills, if any, and there's going to be a Serpents getting dropped down. Serpents have a minus multiplier against the villagers, and actually just an agave bloom drop down to be like, yeah, I'm not going to take any damage. This heals your units, and you're able to gather food from it. So we'll heal up the boys, and nothing matters there. Oh, the bunny going down from the priests. Definitely don't want that one. The wooden wall survives with 300 HP, and it's a nice house wall from Mosca. And Mosca going to be chilling for the time being with his 2 TCs. He's getting Flood of the Nile. I think he just forgot about that one. If you go for this build that he went for, you normally grab Flood of the Nile while advancing to the classical age. Is usually the best time to grab it. Because you're kind of delaying that so that you can get an earlier town center up. Oh, it looks like actually Mosca's going to get caught out. I thought he was going to run through this wall, and now he does. There's going to be a Tay Sheepler here, but with the wall here, not really much that he can do because he's going to have to run past the town center. So that is 12 favor down the drain, basically, unless he gets some good damage off on the priest. The priest can heal themselves up, though, so as long as they don't go down, it's not a big deal at all. Ooh, looks like he like teleported to the middle. It's going to get some good damage done on the villagers, though. Not walled up fully yet. Got about 10 seconds left of this guy's life while the warrior priests come round and attack this wooden wall. And I think the villagers just did ring around the rosy, came back, got the barracks up, going to get some spearmen, some axemen maybe. And the Tay Sheepler does go down. The thing is about these warrior priests is they're not infantry. So hearsers get countered pretty hard from axemen. But that isn't the same with these warrior priests. They're just heroes, just like a Jason, just like Heracles. So axemen here aren't going to be cutting it. So that's why the unit of choice here is the spearman. And Garneth getting some good pressure in. Also going up to the next age, Kotler Q is the serpent lady. Or the poison lady. What does she do? She gives the armadillo. She gives the the turtle rabbit, which is apparently what an armadillo was called. Back on this side, Mosca back on his home gold mine. He's decided this one is too out in the open, too susceptible to damage for his liking, so he's just like, right, I'm just going to go back home. It's fine. He wants enough gold to whack up a Migdal stronghold, and then he'll be able to drop that on this gold mine and survive another day. And Garneth, what he wants to do is be grabbing some buildings down. He's going for the nobles' huts here, and we'll start to grab some units. He's going on to the next stage, so normally what these players have been doing so far is getting the Eagle Warriors out, which are archers, but he hasn't really ecoed to that. He's got food and gold in the bank, so that means he's going to be spamming out other things. Looks like he's sacrificed a villager, so he's going to be grabbing one of these turtle rabbits. And if you get two of these to take down a Migdal stronghold, it can be a pretty powerful play, or you can just use one, grab the Blood Pact tech, or Blood Pact God Power, drop that down, and basically sacrifice the unit for the Migdal stronghold, and there's nothing that the opponent can really do to stop it. You can see how much damage it does on its special. It's brutal. So Garneth could hit a pretty good timing. Oh, I thought he was going up to the next stage, Mosca. He isn't. Oh, that was a blunder by me. I swear I saw him clicking up. He is sitting in this classical age, so forget about that Migdal stronghold. I'm not used to watching. I'm not used to watching 10, 15 games. But yeah, here it comes. The armadillo coming in, do some good damage. The Anubite does survive with 9 HP and a dream. Spearmen on their own, though, they're not going to trade well against warrior priests at all. Coyote warriors as well. Going to be here to deal with the slingers. And the Blood Pact used... Was it just on an... Oh, it's going to be used on this one. Okay, so going after double town center here. And that one will definitely go down. Mosca on the back foot for the first time in this best of 7 series. He's lost both his town centers. He's got 14k or 1400 gold in the bank. Doesn't have any units out. Trying to spam some spearmen. How many barracks does he have? He's got the 2 barracks. Also getting the poison damage. There's big potential here for Garneth to claw back a win in this one. Get himself on the board. Labor are going to be going down. Mass damage coming in from these warrior priests. The turtle rabbit up on the warriors. Monument to the soldiers. Monument to the warriors. Monument to the soldiers. And the villagers, I don't think they do that much damage against this. He's got so much HP. Lots of hack armor. The only thing that really deals with him are going to be those priests. But they're only classical age priests. Haven't even seen the god power yet. God power earth monster is going to come up and munch some of the boys. It does spit them out afterwards. It's not like it one-shots them. But I think these armadillos are going to make sure that Mosca does not get a town center. Mosca, he just needs... He's got plenty of villagers. I don't think he really needs to be dropping the settlement down. It isn't like he needs to build them. He just needs to build production. Lots of production to defend what's going on here. When he is getting enough priests out. That one does go down. But the settlement has 60 seconds left. I guess he needs it because he doesn't have a pharaoh, does he? Where's his heroes? No, he doesn't have a pharaoh. So this is going to take ages to get this settlement in. Teshipla again coming in for Garneth. I thought he was going to go after the villagers. That made sense. These guys are just there to distract. And then Teshipla goes over here. 40 seconds left on the settlement. Oh, such brutal damage if this guy can get onto the villagers. Just does so much. Watchtowers are going to be crucial if Moscow wants to stay alive in this one. But the constant pressure coming through, Ignit comes again. Probably going to one-shot it pretty much. And Moscow is trying to get a market up. Doesn't really have too much else. Teshipla does go down. Is there anything else follow-up-wise from Garneth? He's just trickling units in. But it is keeping Moscow at bay. I mean, eventually he's going to take over the villager numbers if he can keep these town centers down. But I think Moscow's got more than enough units now to defend. And Moscow, is he going for a town center? He will. Oh, the pharaoh was alive. He was... Poor guy. He was alive with 1 HP and poisoned. So he is down. You need to get a priest there basically straight away. And yeah, I think Moscow, or Garneth, sorry, does need to just grab a big ball of units and then go again. And on Moscow's side, what does he got? He's got his Axemen in to deal with these Ocelotta warriors. Great counter to those guys. Because they're quite expensive too. They're 70 food, 60 gold. It's insane. Up against the Axemen that cost basically nothing, that will carve them up. Getting his armory upgrades. Moscow has got plenty of resources still left to spend. They've been sat in the bank because he's been just under this constant pressure. Settlement is going to come in. And his pharaoh will be, I believe it's a minute after the town center spawns. Or maybe it's a minute after the dude goes down. Not sure on the mechanics, but the pharaoh will be coming back at some point to live another day. And in comes the next wave. Like playing some kind of tower defense game. They just keep coming from Garneth. In comes the turtle boys. Oh, going after the barracks. Probably just wants to go after the town center as Moscow is trying to get up to the heroic age. Sobek is about 20 seconds done. He's got a while left on it. If he can deny the third age here, it's going to be absolutely brutal. And he definitely will be able to with this Blood Pact. Moscow even cancels it. Just like, well, there's just no point. And that one will be going down again. Now these guys are just going to run rampant in the base. 15 seconds. This one will go down. So there's no point dealing any damage to it. Just try and kill the other one. Watchtowers up on this side. There are some spearmen here. The spearmen, I don't think they're going to be doing too much. I think Moscow did try to probably run around the back. Could have deleted a house, but didn't go for that one. The Teshipla on this backside is so annoying. So many low HP units from that. The priests are there to heal them up, though. And it seems like this game's kind of stalemated. It's just Garneth comes in, does damage. Moscow does stay alive. And Moscow now does have a decent amount of units. I don't know what the play for Garneth is going to be. If it's just rinse and repeat constantly. Because he has to keep sacrificing villagers to make this happen. As a lot of the units from Moscow aren't going down. The way that you get favor with the Aztecs, if you're not sacrificing villagers, is having units die. And then you having warrior priests around. But the units just aren't dying, so he's not getting that. And now, if he goes in without any myth units, I don't think he's going to win this. He needs to wait. Definitely needs to wait. He can pop in, do some damage with the archers. That is always an option. So he wants to attack with the archers, run with the warriors. I think that's a fine option. Even getting some Teshipla damage, but he needs to take the units out. That is exactly what he needs. Archers coming in. Not medium archers either against all of the medium upgrades from Moscow. Town center is up. And Garneth, I think, has overstepped in this one. Unless the Teshipla is going to do serious work on the backside, I'm not sure. And Moscow does manage to defend. He's got another Teshikla on the back, though. If he can take out all of these low HP... No, you got to send him in. He dies after this. You've got to send him in. There he goes. Off he goes. The boy on his own. If he could have taken those out, that was a pretty equal trade for him. And the Sobek is going to be on the way. Yeah, there's no point running away. Like, literally just send him in. Full send. And Moscow will be able to garrison, be absolutely fine. How's he doing for gold? He's got not much gold left there, but he's on the next gold mine. And it's quite far away. I mean, the Garneth Aztec units can run over there. And Sobek will be in. Sobek comes with it the sun-dried mud brick, so you can get some cheap, strong buildings, and also your Petsuchos to defend. Although the Petsuchos can probably get dove really easily by the Teshikla warrior priest super dudes, so you do have to watch out for that one. Locust could be pretty big as well against some of these kind of low HP units. It's the micro from Moscow with the healers is just insane. Garneth has noticed this gold mining operation, though. Migdal Stronghold going to be coming down. There's going to be a monument to the soldiers, which means there's no god powers in this zone against Moscow. He's going to be fine. And a Locust Swarm used. I guess it's to just stop the units moving over to the Migdal. That's got to be the only reason. Because that was a bit of a whiff. But I think it gives him just enough time to get the Migdal Stronghold up uninterrupted. So kind of makes sense. Kind of a different use that you would normally get. And the Eagle Warriors this side going to be trading well into the Slingers, which is their direct counter. Does show how strong those Eagle Warriors are. They shouldn't trade well into the Petsuchos. He is a scary boy. And Teshikla. Like, players really do know how strong this guy is now. Any of the players that have got far in this tournament playing the Aztecs. Oof. I think, in my opinion, this one's the weakest one. The Huitzilopochtli one. I think the one that's Mini Son of Osiris is my favorite.
Into you.
Are we rooting for Moscow or Garneth? It's whoever you want to root for. If you want another game, then you've got to root for Garneth. Oh no, that'd be best of... Yeah, it's best of 7, isn't it? Yeah. So if you want another game, then it's got to be Garneth. Garneth is in a fine spot. He did overstep slightly on that position, but it isn't like he's in a losing spot here. Score-wise, still very, very equal. He's got the middle town center, which is great for map control. On this, he's getting some walls up. He's got his gold mine secured on the middle. Maybe there's not that much left in this one, so that's one thing you might have to worry about. He's going to have to go out into a different position. But I think he is absolutely fine. Eco-wise, pretty much the same. What about eco-tech-wise? We've got some decent techs on the side of Moscow. And pretty much the same, apart from no farming upgrade for Garneth. But he hasn't dropped any farms, so pretty much equal, really, if Garneth is still hunting everywhere. And there's going to be a nice camel raid coming through. You can easily make a wooden gate here, but it looks like Garneth is occupied somewhere else, not paying attention. Bringing his units over, though. And in come the Eagle Warriors. Going to be scaring all Camel Riders away. Camel Rider 1 does go down. You can easily put a wall up here and not have that be a problem anymore. We'll move over to Garneth's perspective. He hasn't yet dropped a Great Temple, which is the fortress. So if he can drop a fortress down with his Warrior Priest in this position, he will be fine. Although, is there any point securing this gold mine? Probably not. Maybe drop it in this bottom side. And there are some medium spearmen that are going after the Camel Riders. There's just not enough spearmen to win that fight. Camel Riders just the superior unit in general. And another blood pact dropped on the Armadillo, and that will take down the Migdal Stronghold. Yeah, you just got to ignore it. Just take out everything else. The archers on the backside, dealing big damage to the archers, though, or the axemen, sorry. And the priests on the backside, there's no myth units to go after, because this one's just unkillable. Just leave him to his own business. I think that was a mistake, leaving him an auto roll. If he could have used the roll to go into this town center, it looks like it doesn't matter. But I'm always a big min-maxer for using the Alt Q to take them off manual cast. Take them off auto cast even. There are some hunters here up with Garneth, and Migdal Stronghold for Mosca up on this position. Does Garneth see this one? No, he doesn't, but he's going straight over there. So he's just assuming, he's like, well, he was on this gold mine, so, I mean, he's got to be on this one. Sees the Migdal Stronghold, and going to be grabbing some more units. Got 60 favor in the bank, so can go for more armadillos. You don't always need to use it with the Blood Pact. I think they're fine on their own. They will just get taken out by priests, so maybe just go for 2 instead. Maybe that's the better way to go for it. Up on this side. I think Mosca, he's got 50 favor in the bank for him. I don't blame him for not going for any of his myth units. I think they're just not going to cut it against the Tashipla heroes for the Aztecs, which Garneth is just constantly going for. So he's not even investing in many monuments. I think one of his monuments went down earlier. He had 2, and he's just like, yeah, I just don't really care. Mosca's gold mining operation is going to be sent down this side, and so is Garneth, so he's going to be grabbing himself a great temple and moving on to the next portion of this game, because I don't think, unless there's some big units coming over, I don't think there's much to put a stop to this one. Actually, is there just villagers? Actually, there's just loads of villagers here. The chariot archers can spam out pretty quickly, especially if the pharaoh comes and jumps on to this Migdal Stronghold. Garneth is sending the majority of his units up here. Some of the units go down the bottom. Mosca doesn't have enough resources to build a Migdal Stronghold down here, so this is going to be a pretty nice raid. If Mosca's paying attention, he does see that the obelisk goes down, but whether or not he saw it really pushed off on this gold mine, it's going to be pushed off on this bottom gold mine. And Garneth is playing this game so nicely now. Oh, looks like he did an A move though, so he's not going to be taking out the villagers, but does force them back. There's no wall for a mile and a half, so potentially quite a lot of these laborers are going to go down. If you micro it properly, you need to micro past them and then attack move in, rather than just hit the back one. Otherwise, you don't get max value, but still, they've got to walk so far. On this side, heavy eagle warriors still getting damage done. And yeah, if you don't have the heroes here, then you don't need the blood pack. Just have the turtle rabbit dude on his lonesome, and you'll be absolutely fine. Eagle warriors still doing the damage. And I think this is Garneth's game for the taking now. He's secured this gold mine. There's no gold income at all for Mosca. He's pinned into this small little base here, so not even a trade that he could even start that would be even relevant at all. And that is going to be Garneth winning this game. Well played to Garneth coming in. You don't need to play the Aztecs past the first 2 games, but he goes, actually, I'm a bit of an Aztec enjoyer, and he really shows that this turtle rabbit armadillo strat is insane. So, what a game. So, Mosca is on the set. He is currently up 3-1 in this one. He's going to be playing in the blue color in this top side. And in the bottom side, a bit over here, it's going to be Garneth playing as the Fushi. Probably, I would call this the best 2 gods for their civilizations. I think Fushi, in my opinion, is the best Chinese god, at least the one I find the most success with. Maybe Shenong might be a bit better, but I think Fushi with the Peach Blossom Spring and the Naja is just insane. And Set, people are showing that Set is a crazy versatile god. Even in this kind of day of tournament, we've seen quite a few different ideas with the Egyptians and Set. So, and we're back on the map Marsh. So, Marsh, lots of hunt, some forward town centers with hunt on them. One idea for Mosca is go for a Shifting Sands idea onto a forward town center. But the town centers haven't spawned in the best position for him, so maybe not going for that one. There's no real close gold mines to the town centers. Normally when players go for that strat on this map, you'll find a gold mine, maybe the gold mine just a little bit closer. I mean, maybe it is fine. That's kind of actually Garneth's town center, so probably not going to be the idea. The other thing is, I mean, Mosca can make any town center decent being set, which is something that makes him quite strong. Being able to convert loads of boars, which is what makes him good on this map, and then come back to this town center, which has a gold mine kind of close, and then all of your boars can just sit under here. You've got loads of food up to the next stage, all happy days. As Garneth has got his temple on this bottom side, securing any kind of raids that might come through from Mosca, and he's going to be jumping on to this gold mine. He's going for, is this a 3 Quafu version? Is that one queued up, or is that just on the old auto queue? No, it's just auto queued, so he's going to be getting two Quafus out, and then probably advancing after this peasant. There's quite a few builds with Fushi. You can go for, I believe 4 Quafus is the build that you can go for. The Peach Blossom String wasn't really plonked in the best spot, so it's not gaining maximum favor, but he is going for a delayed Quafu anyway, and going for, well, it isn't even delayed, 245, so not going for the 4, but he will be fine to get the 3, and the temple on this side going up for Mosca, and he'll be going for the next stage very shortly. Whether or not he'll be going through Tar or not, looks like that is going to be the choice, and he is going to be on the gold mine, and he's going to be going for a second town center. Now, does he go for a forward one or not? I don't see these being good, so I assume it's going to be this one, but I've been wrong many times before. But I think this might play into what Garneth kind of wants. That was the first game where Garneth got into an amazing position against Mosca, and although Mosca's an insane player that he managed to defend for a long time where maybe other players wouldn't. But I think a 2TC player up against Garneth, I think that's going to be where he's going to shine. He wants to go for some kind of big myth unit plays. And Shanu is going to be the god of choice for Garneth. He's grabbing his eco upgrades here. So yeah, definitely staying on that 1TC variant and grabbing some pioneers to come forward, and it is going to be the back TC with all his hunt on it. The gold mine pretty close, and Mosca will be very, very happy about this town center that he barely has to walk for. It's even on the same screen if you're quite zoomed in as the gold mine over there. Even a chemo screen, it's even on the same screen, so it's pretty close. It's also dropping the vision down just to see if Garneth is going for a second town center, see what his kind of layout is here. Does see that the town center is very, very close as well. Doesn't see any units walking towards it. Not that many on the wood, so probably not. And there's going to be Quafus getting auto queued out from Garneth, or villagers auto queued Quafus hitting W when you get 10 favor. Up to you which way you do it. Silo on this side going to be getting the hippos, and it's looking like Garneth is going for a fast heroic variation. Now, I'm just going to be having a look over here. Yeah, is this a new bar angle ever? So, new bar has this tech. Is it this one? Is it new bar? Or am I being crazy? Which one's the one which gives you this one? Spoils of war, pillage. Yeah, where he's gone the wrong god. Don't worry. We saw Minietti do this crazy strat where he got that pillage upgrade and then went new bar and went in with loads of siege weapons against a 2TC Egyptian player and just absolutely wrecked them. I thought that would maybe be the case, but that's a Shio upgrade and he went the other way. So forget that one. That isn't going to be the play. And there is going to be a Najar coming through. Just makes sense. He is 150 gold, 5 favor. So just it, and an incredibly strong unit just to have out on the map. But the Chillin's going to be having a look around. Mosca does have some units out just in case he needs them. Does have what I like to call an emergency barracks in case he needs to build some units out of it. Not going too ham, just building one. They are 75 gold, or 56 gold apparently, if you are this guy. So you don't want to build too many of them. But the Chillin, it's more just having a look around. And it is going to be new bar anyway. So not going for the strategy that I mentioned, but still new bar with a drought. Big flame damage on those villagers. But there's a priest, so big damage won't stay for that long. And Garneth is getting that new bar angle in right now. Nubar's not really a god that we see that often, to be honest. But it's always the way that I like to play when I play Fuji. I just think she's good for the aggression. And the rock solid upgrade for your myth units makes them very tanky. But he's kind of been spending a lot of that favor on the Quafus to get that early eco advantage over Moscow that's spent all the resources on the second town center. And you're going to hit an earlier power spike as Garneth doing this instead. But needs to capitalize on it for sure. What is this upgrade? Heroes are going to have more hack and pierce attack. And they're going to train a little bit faster. So that's good for the Najar that's somewhere. Looks like he's just chilling back here with the chiller. Getting some HP back. And it's really up to Garneth to dictate the pace of this game now. I mean, he has dictated the pace, but to see what he wants to do. And he's going to be dropping a Bowlay over here. I mean, I assume he knows. He doesn't know about the second town center. I mean, he's got to know. Even if you don't see it, you've got to know from how your opponent's playing, but do you not just... You definitely go have a look at that one. Otherwise, you're not sure what you're really up against, or you're not 100% sure. You can make assumptions and maybe think, oh, he hasn't done anything. He's probably on a second town center, but also Garneth's not done anything yet. He hasn't. He's looked with his free units and his Najar that cost basically nothing. So yeah, needs to look for that one. The Najar over here going to be taking down the obelisk. And more obelisks coming up for Moscow, who is more than happy to sit back and chill in this game. This is exactly what he wants on 2 TCs. He's seen that Garneth is only on 1 TC, so he's trying to get the vision up to make sure that nothing crazy is actually going to come for him. He's trying to get the obelisks up. He sees nothing. He does see Jaguar coming through. Well, there's not much that this guy can really do on his lonesome. Maybe he can get a raid off, but there's more than enough. Oh, the slingers. Maybe the slingers can't really deal too much to him, but he's more a facilitator in a big army rather than a good raider on his own. You see, he just doesn't really do that much damage. Nepthys. About halfway. About 45 seconds left on the Nepthys. And then when Moscow's going to be able to drop down a Migdal Stronghold, he should be in a pretty good spot. Yes, Garneth does have the drought to be able to take it out, but he doesn't really have the units to do so yet. He's going into those White Horse Cavalry, so does have a plan with his Heroic Age. Going to be able to take down the Priest, which is a nice start. Nice start to the attack, for sure. And now Jar's going to get caught out between 2 Spearmen and a Town Centre. And the White Horse Cavalry. Going to be looking around, and there's going to be a Heroic Age in for Moscow. I imagine, yeah, just Migdal Stronghold straight away. When you've got this many units and a Pharaoh next to you, you can just whack these Migdal Strongholds up so quick. Heavy White Horse Cavalry looking around, and I was going to say fast mythic angle, but there's... I mean, there is the Peach Blossom Spring that he can go for 1300 food in that one, if that's the idea. I don't know if that gives too much, to be honest. I mean, he's seen the second TC. The White Horse Cavalry, they're just not... Moscow just isn't letting him in. He's got the Spearmen running around. He's walled up. He hasn't walled up, though, so the White Horse Cavalry can run around the back. There are watchtowers. A watchtower spawned in just a great spot here to cover the complete vision. He can get crenellations if he wants to. Doesn't have that one just yet, but can go for that crenellations extra bonus damage first, those horses. That's what he wants to go for. It's like Garneth is losing some pioneers on this side. As the 1 TC player, you don't want to lose units for free, as they essentially just cost you more resources. Tautier can come in and eat that Camel Rider. He will definitely take that. And the White Horse Cavalry, as we said, they're going to be underneath the town centre, and crenellations is going to be in very shortly for Moscow. as soon as the horses dive under, he's like, yeah, might as well grab that upgrade. And now Mosca, he's in a position where his town center's more than paid for itself off by now. He's in a great spot, just ahead in eco, and very, very similar on the military numbers, even ahead. Just putting a vision down, because yeah, if you're Mosca here, you're like, what? So what have you been doing? So you've got a ballet back here. You definitely didn't grab that second town center, so I know I'm fine. I've spotted the middle 2 town centers, so no problems where that's concerned. So can I go Mythic Age is his question. He has pre-queued it, but I think maybe it was just double check that there might be something crazy coming. And there still could be. There is a Mythic Age Gong Gong coming through for Garneth. That's going to be the Great Flood. Great Flood could catch out a lot of Moscow units here. But Moscow's got the eco where if there's a big Mythic Age God power, he can just rebuild. Compared to if there's a tornado that comes through, Garneth is going to have a tough job rebuilding from his side. Machine Workshop. Going to be not going down. Mosca taking the fight. I think Garneth is pinning a lot on the back of this Great Flood, just getting absolute max value. And if it does, I think he could push back. But that is what he's banking on right now. He needs that to do work. Do absolute work. Or get some good raids off. White Horse Cavalry coming up on this top side, but the Midwest Stronghold is up already finished from Mosca, so he can just garrison inside that. No problem. Defended that one pretty well. And he's getting a Horus through. Oh, the villagers are going to be caught out just because they just happen to be walking this way. White Horse Cavalry, does he notice that one? I don't think he noticed. Oh, he did. He did. And there'll be just one villager walking over just to see if the White Horse Cavalry is still over here, and they absolutely are. And I think Mosca will notice this one instantly. And yes, he does. Might lose one villager for it, thanks to the White Horse Cavalry's extra special ability. But actually it does lose one for one White Horse Cavalry. And I think in his position with 2 town centers, that's absolutely fine. Oh. Question. If this guy is invisible, can you see the fire? Okay, I'm just a little bit... That was a strange play. Anyway, in comes the big wave. And this is what Garneth is banking on. All of them going to be going through the Najar Special Flame ability. And it's going to be a Shifting Sands coming through for Mosca. Was he trying to leave with that? I think he was trying to leave, and he misplayed that one. And all of his dudes are going to be going down. And that is what Garneth wanted. The issue is that Mosca's going to be able to do that back to him. He's going to be able to have this tornado. The tornado is going to be able to do some good damage to his army. And now Garneth gets a second town center off the back. But he is 30 villagers behind. So this army with the Najar, with the Tautier here, needs to do something, or they're just going to get tornadoed, I imagine. Does he even tornado this? I think he's just fine. Yang Jian is in, but he is a shell of his former self. This guy used to be ridiculously OP. He definitely isn't anymore. He's just a good unit now. Not overreacting at all. Keeps the tornado in his back pocket for later. I think a lot of players there just drop the tornado and just take the win, but it isn't max value. I mean, you could have a bigger army that's going to come later, so don't mind it. Don't want to take this fight, though. Mosca thinks so, too. What are his armory upgrades like? He's got some copper armor, and very similar. I think he's just got bronze shields over no shields for the Garneth army. And villagers coming through. Going to be dropping down this settlement. All is good. Oh, no, they've decided not to. Go back on the mining camp. Now Champion Camel Riders in, and the eco of Mosca is just looking too good. But he's getting all his upgrades. Needs to wait for those upgrades to come in and then fight. Nice bit of distraction action on the back with the minions going after the gold mine. That will make the Quafu stop mining gold for a hot second. Just causing some distractions. Did the Tiger Cavalry see that? They do spot the mining camp. So could go after that. Migdal Stronghold trying to go up. Mosca thinks that's a little bit too aggressive. Waits for his units to come through. I imagine right click over here. No, he's going to just drop a Migdal Stronghold. Yeah, but just bring the units forward first. Then drop the Migdal Stronghold after that one. Or double barracks. He looks like he wants to go into those spearmen. The Horus spearmen against the heavy Tiger Cav here are going to be a good choice. In comes the barracks. Barracks number 3. How many barracks does he have? It's got 6. Got 3 Migdal Strongholds as well. Production-wise, up very, very well. And not too much production for Garneth, but normally you just don't need that many when you're playing as the Chinese because you can get these additions here. And in comes the Tornado, and that is the max value that he wanted. Wanted to be able to take out a building as well, so it stops the town center going up and takes out pretty much every unit. And this is Mosca well and truly in a great position. He doesn't want to run after this Najar though. There's no need to throw away all of your camels, as this guy does do damage on this fire trail. It's not much, but it does stack up on all of the units that are on it. But Najar down. He is an expensive lad now. He is in this age. And the Quafu's not doing anything. Now Mosca playing this one extremely well with his 2TC set boom. Pushing Garneth back. Garneth has lost the majority of his units there. There's nothing to raid on Mosca's side either. Not that raids at this point in the game do too much when you're onto so many town centers and everything, because you can just kind of rebuild your villages very, very quickly. There's even a trade started up from Mosca. Just going pure eco focus this whole game. And it's working out for him. He's got all his upgrades pretty much. Just missing the wood upgrade. The final wood upgrade, and that's it. Garneth, he can't afford farms at this point, so he even just needs to still hunt these deer, but that's not good enough for him. Or not good enough for Mosca. Does come over with these champion camel riders. Ballet going up to defend the gold mine, but I think Mosca just going to be securing the middle. Not even overextending, just going, no, I'm going to grab your town center, I'm going to grab a siege works, and I'm probably going to come over, start building some buildings over this settlement, and keep going from there. One thing Garneth could do is he could get the Qinglongs, and he could do some raids on these camel caravans. Don't think he knows it's there because it's literally just started, but this is a good use for your noodles. Najar down here. We'll be able to put a stop to this, but yeah, I think Mosca's got the slow play down, the slow push. He will be pushing this one through Machine Workshop. Garneth just hasn't managed to rebuild his army yet after that tornado and everything. His eco just was shot from the beginning. Or before we took the fight. Spearman Camel just trying to look for something to do, just in case he's on this gold mine. Looks like he's not. He's just on this side. With the catapults in the middle. Enough priests in case there's any cheeky kind of myth unit play. I think they're always a way that they could catch you out with a bit of a myth unit. And the drought is going to come through to put a stop to this one. But the Pharaoh is a great counter to these Qinglong noodles as well. Just Yang Jian and a dream. If this was the first patch, believe it or not, he wins this fight. But now he doesn't, as he is a normal unit again. And Mosca, he played this one insanely well. So GG's to him. Mosca, probably a lot of people's favorite from the start of this one. He does manage to grab a win on this best of 7 4-1. Congrats to Mosca.